Hello everybody, we're back at the Midewin Trail on Memorial Day. Not going to have to show you all the same shit we did before. We're just going to take a different trail. Last time we took the trail by the bunkers, turned around, went to the viewing area. This time we are going to, these dickheads brought some horses out today. So I have to deal with that shit. Literally shit. But yeah. So we're gonna pass the bunkers and go down that side. I did a little recon on the map. It's supposed to be another viewing area further down from the bullshit one that they showed. Since the buffalo weren't on that side, we're gonna see if we could find any on this side. Depending on how we feel. There's a place, I think it's called Turtle Pond, but we'll give it a rub. We'll see how I feel today. Especially after yesterday's hike. Hiked all over the place through the woods and it wasn't even the goddamn trail. And then I got back on the actual trails and couldn't figure them out. Got lost at the end and had to use my GPS to get back. And when I flipped the GPS, I was literally 100 feet from the welcome center where I left my car. So it wasn't bad. Didn't get too lost. Good thing they got those maps there at specific points to let you know where you're at and what's going on. Just another recap. It's called the Tallgrass because they just don't give a shit and they don't cut this shit. And they let this thing grow. Grow and grow and grow and grow. Which, yeah, you just kind of go with the flow out here until the bugs get too stupid and then you stop. I was contemplating going by the Arsenal today, but I didn't get out till later. If I go to the Arsenal, I like to go as early as possible because I'm not sure I'm even supposed to be back there. I would say personally, it would be kind of like an historic landmark. Hopefully they don't demolish everything, but you'll see when we go in there, shit's just falling the fuck apart. It doesn't help that it wasn't even attempted to be maintained, and kids go in there and they act the fool and fucking just shit on everything and fuck everything up. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of stuff we could see today. Never know. Today's listening pleasure. God, there's a guy in a fucking hoodie. It's not that it's warm out, but it ain't cold. How's it going? But here we go. We got all the bomb shelters, or as I like to call them, storage sheds. Could have been either or. We'll every time we pass one, we'll give you a little viewing. But there's a hawk. I don't know if my camera could show you or see. There's a lot of those out here. I was surprised because I never saw shit like that in the city. Or in the suburbs of the city. But out here you see stuff like that all the time. That hawks must see something because he keeps circling. But yeah, you see a lot of hawks out here. I was coming home from work one day and I was just getting off the highway, and I saw it's getting closer and closer. But yeah, there's this guy's yard who had a long fence post, and he's getting real close. If my camera wasn't shit on this phone, I'd flip this around and zoom. But I broke that at work. That's why I don't carry my phone at work no more. Man, this hawk must see something. He is on a mission. He is circling. Better not start circling me. Those things are wild, though. Yeah, this guy's whole fence post had hawks on them, at least 3 of them. You could see these assholes sometimes. What they'll do is, he must have dove down. He's not there no more. So what they'll do is they'll see something they want. Oh, he's up there. He's flying more north. But he'll drop down, bam. They'll grab whatever they want, like a rabbit or a squirrel or whatever they want to eat. Pick it up, fly it real high, drop it down, and do that repeatedly till the thing is dead. They got a hell of a grip. Like, I'm assuming eagles are the same way too. Or eagles could just, their claws are real fucking strong. They could just, squeeze the fuck out of you and kill you, I guess. But, and they got that, what's it called, their beak. They can eat the fuck out of you, so. Alright, we're coming around the first turn where we could have went straight down the one trail. They had that other trail that was in the woods. I think another trail in the woods. Here's the next trail that we passed. Not really a trail, but it takes you into the grass. The first trail that we could have went straight. And then the man-made trail probably take you back to where, close to where we parked. There's another trail back there too. And then this takes you out to farmland. But yeah, this would be fucking stellar to have a bicycle or an electric bike even. But if I'm coming out, I'm getting exercise. Fuck that electric bike. So got the bike rack here in case you want to chill. We're not going to stop for the memorial worker. Got another hawk up there. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of far away, but got the memorial guy. Gonna stand here and take his view. But man, with all these like I was saying last time, you got all these fucking piles of wood. Looks like they weren't really too dead. Some of it is, some of it isn't. Maybe it is, but it doesn't really look like it. You could, like I said last time, you could have one hell of a fucking bonfire here. We're not going to go into the bunker. If we come across any other ones that are open, we'll peek in. Just because we've seen this one already. We've seen the one straight across already. It's interesting that ones straight across from each other are open. The other one's a little harder to get to. They kind of made a path for this one, which is kind of understandable. Trying to have classes and teach people. But if that's the case, they should rehab the arsenal. That's just my opinion. But there you go. There's the, what I call the storage area, or shelter, bomb shelter. Interestingly enough, always gotta look around. They got the headphones in. Makes it kind of hard to hear if people are coming up behind you. You always got to watch yourself, though. You never know what kind of crazies are out on these trails. I've seen enough unsolved mysteries and forensic files to know walking trails there where people come out with those lead pipes and crack you. So I always carry a knife, nothing big. Should have a gun, but I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I need to carry a gun. Plus I'm the HBJ. They'll get super kicked if my fat ass can get my foot up that high. But yeah, I hope at the end of the day they end up fixing the arsenal. It'd be nice. I would definitely go there. It's really, really full of history. With all the wars that they supplied mortars and clackers for. World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam. I don't know. I'm just one of those guys who doesn't like to erase history. Keep it. I don't care what it costs. These towns waste and spend money on stupid shit all the time. To me, that's an investment. At the end of the day, you're paying an electric bill. Obviously, you're not gonna put because if you go in some of them buildings, they got all the machinery, big time heavy machinery in there, which you'll see if I end up going again. And obviously you're not going to rehab all that because you're not making the same things you were making before. I think this is where we stopped last time, at this bunker. Yes, E312. But I know last time I was there with my brother-in-law, there was like slides and shit, which I'd like to know what those were for. If they were for emergency evacuations or or just what the fuck they were for at all. Like literal slides, like children's slides. There's still bunkers way back in there. That's interesting though. Not to have fucking ADD or nothing. But I don't know how many of them that they already destroyed. But they're fucking everywhere. And I would think, as they made the things, they would ship them out. Maybe here's another open one. If it's accessible, we'll go down there and check it out because it's open. But I'm not going to walk through the tall grass with shorts today, even if it is accessible. Yeah, I'm not going through there. But it's open. 6311. Yeah. I'm not dealing with that today. Maybe on the way back. We'll see how I feel. But yeah. They're everywhere. I would love to know what this place actually looked like back in the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s. Mostly when all these things were up and running. I would assume World War II that they were producing more of these than any other war. But then again, Vietnam, from what I just saw in a documentary on Amazon Prime, now I could be wrong by my memory, but they said they dropped, I want to say twice as much TNT on Vietnam as they did in all of World War II. So, And don't even get me started on that, because when they decided to go into Cambodia when they kind of sort of weren't supposed to, and they found all that shit. That's why you have relations with these other countries. You go in there, they find that shit at the beginning of the war, middle of the war, and they smoke the Vietnamese. They smoke them, fuck them. And that was their main area, was Cambodia, because they knew we couldn't go in there. And when we finally did, we found hundreds of tons of rice and like storage sheds, ammunition sheds, like everything. They said it was like a town where everyone lived, hospitals, medic stations, everything. So I know hindsight's a motherfucker and everything's so fucking political. But just like when we got Bin Laden, we weren't supposed to be in Pakistan. They followed us until we got to the border of Afghanistan and had to turn around. But we did what we had to do to grab that motherfucker. I feel like war is war. You go into Cambodia, you do what you gotta do. If we would have, at least at the bare minimum, been able to fly over the top. Here's a telephone pole they pulled out. It had to be something more. It looks like a telephone pole, but these things had to be more, because I don't know what else they would have been communicating out here. But who knows? History's a crazy thing. But yeah, I feel like you blow that whole fucking son of a bitch up. Come on, Eric Fetty, let's get the win today. Game's about to start. Got the notification. But you end that war. And that's how you would have ended that war. You go up there and you bomb them motherfuckers back to the Stone Age up there. Whatever. I mean, there's always going to be civilian casualties in war. That being said, if you're on the other side and you're helping the other side, at that point I don't consider you a civilian anymore. I consider you a war fighter for the other side. And I know a lot of times that they, throughout military histories, and I could be wrong about this, but from my understanding, they gave free passes to medics and medical people. But they didn't always. Again, from my understanding, I know Japan said fuck that rule a few times. So, and it does make sense. Because, how's it going? Because they're trying to heal soldiers who possibly can come back in the fight. If they come back in the fight, it's a potential death for your side. I get it. They're not actively fighting at the moment. But that's not how you fucking win a war. You win a war by total domination. Total firepower superiority. And you're not going to get that if you're giving the other side a chance to heal and come back and fight. This one's shut down, but the next one seems wide open. So, depending on the grassy situation, maybe we'll go take a gander in there. It's interesting which one of these are open. They're just, I don't know if it's random or some asshole kids came out here and opened these up. Either way, I don't know. But fucking horse shit. I hate when they allow horses on people trails. They always fuck it up. They should have specific places to take horses. Not people trails. Horse trails. Yeah, this one looks like another grassy knoll. If it was yesterday, I had my sweatpants on and a hoodie. But it went right in there, no problem. Take a look from the outside to see if there's any viewing of anything we could see from out here. Can't see it from the phone because, again, I can't zoom at all. Yeah, I'm not gonna walk through this fucking weed grass infestation. Yeah, it looks empty to me. Somebody graffitied in the back, of course, fucking assholes. There's like a little path in the back. Maybe on the way back we could find a little in-way and we could get to that. If that's the case, I'll high knee it all the way out, but the next one's open too. Interesting. I wonder how many of these mounds, they're fucking everywhere, are actually open. And that being said, it's not like they're made out of wood. It takes a minute to demolish these things because they're made out of concrete, and I'm assuming rebar's in there. This one might be a little pathway. I might have to walk through a second of tall grass. But let's see. Yeah, no. Here's another no. This one looks like it was just open. Up here by this telephone pole, looks like there's a possible path where it's beaten down. If that's the case, we'll go explore. Like I said, yeah, I think I'll play this tall grass game. It's only a few steps. Worst comes to worst. See, we're already out of it. Sidestep down all this shit. Again, you don't know who's in there or what's in there, so you kind of gotta be careful. Pull up the glasses. There's a bat. Empty, but we got to see a bat. So now we get the fuck out of here. Not that I'm afraid of a bat, but I don't like being in this tall grassy shit, especially when it's soft. You don't know if you're gonna get something that sort of kind of like a sinkhole, where you sink down. Checking the old heart rate. Heart rate's doing all right for the walk so far. Got some more people coming. 2 groups. Looks like an older couple and a younger couple. But yeah, this would be fucking awesome to throw a ghillie suit on and play either paintball or that those little rubber BB things that you shoot. They're looking at this one. This one's open as well. Hello. Another one open. Doubt there's anything in that one. But yeah, I don't know what that's called. It's a little rubber or plastic, whatever. You shoot each other. If you get hit, you gotta throw your arms up. But yeah, that'd be cool to play out here because it's so wide open. There's so many places you could hide. Like there's a bunker way back there. Like how the fuck did they get to those unless there was side roads around back then? There's two back to back. Then there's another one way back there. Another one way back there. I really am gonna come out here next fall if I'm still out here and check her out. Hello. Because there's so much more you can see when there's not all this green grass, and you can walk through this shit like it ain't nothing. There's something to be said about exploring when everything dies. Makes it a whole lot easier. That's why I always tended to want to go to. That one's interesting. But yeah, I tended to want to go to the Arsenal and places like that. I might make another trip back to the Joliet Ironworks. That's something more you could do now when it's not so cold and my battery isn't dying every 5 minutes on the minute. But they also had abandoned buildings behind there. Don't know if I get arrested for trespassing, but it would be cool as fuck to explore in there. But yeah, they just got so many of these. Looks like it's all coming to an end. And I'm assuming that if we go towards the middle of that area and just go that way, from this direction is where we'll get to the Arsenal. If for some reason we stumble upon it today, again, I'm not sure we'll go in there, because that's something you kind of need long pants, even in, I mean, not that you wouldn't wear long pants in the winter, but there's so much brush to get to where you want to go, and it ain't worth it for me to go unless I could get one of those ammo boxes. And it's not the ammo boxes you're thinking of, it's a legit mortar ammo box. They got tons of them. The problem is they're all full of dirt, and they're thick wood, and they're heavy. It's still cool to grab, still cool to have, but yeah, these mounds looks like they're coming to an end, because we're coming to the end of this part of the trail, at least. Let's see if this last one's open. Looks like it's covered up by foliage pretty damn good. Looks like that's the last mound over here. It's got a little baby tree on it. Wonder how a tree could grow when all the roots hit concrete, but interesting. This one's got a red door. Now that'd be cool if that sumbitch is open. Or somebody spray painted it like the cocksucker they are. Fucking cocksuckers. Drawing dicks. Fuck you. I had a way to ruin something nice. Somebody should come out here with a power washer or one of those lasers and clean it. Okay, so here is the dilemma. We want to get here, right across to that path, and I'm not walking through here. Fall, no problem, going straight across. This is why I should have brought my fucking map, but I didn't. Here we go. Hopefully we don't get lost 2 days in a row, folks. Because this time, we're kind of on our own. Actually, interestingly enough, I didn't see this. We're gonna tape the shit these asshole kids fucking spray painted on here. I don't know how old this is. Doesn't look like it could be too incredibly old, but you never know. Have a nice day. Dick Cock. Middle finger, great. I hate you, great. John Hand. Now there has to be something in there. And I'd really like to know what it is. If we can just get that lock off, we'd be able to find out. But I had something coming up out of there, maybe lights or something, but I don't have bolt cutters. I don't have anything to break a lock with. Actually, something that might be of use for something like that. I did see a YouTube video. I don't know if it works or how it works, but putting a magnet to a padlock. And if that can open it, I'm only carrying a small magnet out, as opposed to a fucking pair of bolt cutters that somebody could be like, hey, dickhead, breaking and entering. If I have a magnet, I could always toss the magnet in the fucking in the high grass, and then good luck finding it. Another older couple with their Vietnam fucking headdress on. Those ones they wear in the rice paddies, they're both wearing one. It ain't even that hot. I think there's a turtle pond coming up here somewhere. We'll find out. Hello. And I'm assuming this one back here is the last storage mound coming this way. And there is a path to it. And we are going to check that path out. Because it's been cut out. Like it's calling for us, saying, pop a pass. Come check this shit out. Explore me. I know one thing. My shorts are telling me to fucking tie a knot because they keep fucking falling down. I wonder if this path goes all the way through to the other ones. Like, it looks like they just came through and demolished shit purposely. But you never know. Again, gotta be careful, you don't know what's out here. They got a water tank. Interesting. And a bunch of 4x. I don't want to. And then this one's locked with a padlock too. Just the top. So I'm fucking assuming there's something in both of these. And there's water here. 300. I'm assuming. Not 300 gallons, but 300 something. I definitely would like to know what's in those. Maybe there's a website or something you could go on to find out, or who knows. But we're going to continue this journey a little bit, see what we see. maybe do a little more bitching, maybe do a little more talking. Of course, we're gonna talk. I'm not gonna walk in silence, but keep rolling my ankle because that seems to be the fucking norm every time I'm not on fucking regular ground. I should have tied up my pants while I was over there. I could have set the phone on 4x, but come up a little further this way, and once we get by the trees, if we don't have any passageway either way, we'll turn around. Before we do that, I'll pull up my motherfucking pants. I know it said that if you follow this around, it might be another couple miles, but I don't know. See, once we get past this tree, I can hold my phone high enough because I know I'm fucking short. You could see the straight line of mountains all the way down to the end. So I would think at some point they were strategically placed to an extent. But who knows? Let's see once it past this mountain. If there's just open field. But is there a pathway to get through? No. Got excited for a minute. It might go around to that other area, but it looks like there's tall grass. I ain't fucking with it. Got a bunch of yellow flowers down there by some cut down trees. There's another one. I just totally missed that one. On the way back around, we'll check that out. Because I feel like once we get in here under these canopy trees, we're going to turn around. As Uncle Roger would say, hi-ya. Alright. Here we go with the fucking markers again. We got blue. I don't know what that means. Blue markers. And then we got an orange marker down there. I'm assuming at some point this thing gets pretty full of water. Goes right through. Alright. Here's another, I'm assuming, pathway. It's orange. Yeah, this double penetration 200 times in this area. Here's a sign. Let's see what that says. No horseback riding or bicycling. This way, behind this sign. That doesn't make sense. They got fucking tire tracks here. Why you wouldn't be able to ride a bicycle? I have to tie this because my fat ass is starting to lose weight and my shorts are falling down constantly. Oh man. There we go. Okay. So, not walking all the way down there today. I had a late start. It's 2 o'clock already. So we'll flip a bitch. We're not going to go down the double penetration trail because again, it's late and I don't know where that takes you. It's an actual trail though, the double penetration 200. Maybe that's the race they have here. I don't know what you'd have to do to win that race, but I'm definitely not going to stick around and find out. Fucking have natives. Fucking Midewin natives out here. And that's their, shit. That's what they do. They do the double penetration 200 every year. It's funny. When we went through that first one with the first path where they had the like the little decking. It was right by the end. The next one was a little further in with the water jug. And this one's even further in. It might be the same distance as the other one. But we're going to check it out anyways, even though we got to walk through a little bit of grass. Looks like there's a path. You always hit these things sideways. Gives you less of a chance of them fucking things rubbing up on your legs. Always got to watch out for snakes. Make sure you're not stepping on any. Especially in shit like this. Because their cover and concealment's pretty fucking good with this type of ground. Try and stay on the rocks the best I can. Up by them trees. Here's the next one. Maybe there's one behind it too. No idea, but we'll find out. Yeah, this is pretty far off the beaten path of the original trail we were on. And if this goes all the way around, which is interesting, I'd like to know if the other ones do too. But big time rocks in the shoes now. Get that on there. The funny thing, I don't tie shoes anymore. Tie them once when I first get the shoes, and that's it. From that point on, they slip on and off. And it's funny because I got fucked up ankles. If you can't tell, I keep fucking rolling. Alright, we're coming up on this thing. This would be great if I had so much stuff I can explore if I had an electric bike. We'll actually go up to the next one too, because I have a feeling this one will be open. I'm just giving this more hike for the day. We'll see. Yeah. This one's covered in shut. Yeah. 63.59. We'll check that bad boy out, and then we'll turn around and we'll make our way back. I won't go down that one and check that one. We'll just go back on the regular trail. This one looks like we might have a chance from back here. You never know. As good old Jack Burton always used to say, when he was shooting at the eyeball monster that Lopan was using to spy on them. And Eggshen gave him a weird look. He goes, well, you never know till you try. Let's go. Well, that's what it is. You never know till you try. You never know what you'll see. You never know what you'll get. You never know what you'll find. That's the whole point of exploring. I'd love to explore all this shit one day. This is just shit I'm into. I love fucking history. What could have possibly been here at a certain point in time in history? So it'd be like, let's say just 1940 alone. That's what, 85 years-ish? Yep, no chance. And I'm not walking down to the next one. There's something shiny down there though. But I'm not walking down to the next one. This one was a big no-go. They'd have to cut down all these trees. It'd be easier if I could just walk right through there, but we got this hella walk back and a hella walk just to get back to the original trail. But as I was saying, history's a funny thing. And if you let it go away, that's all it'll be, is history. An unknown history. And once people stop talking about it, and there's no more mentions, there's no more proof that it happened, it doesn't make it that it didn't happen. It just makes it damn near impossible to prove what actually did happen. then it's all just speculations and bullshit. Just like with anything. Being that it is Memorial Day, I'm going to give it a few days, but I'm going to call my Uncle Phil, who is in Vietnam and who saw some shit. And he doesn't talk much about it. He doesn't like to, but maybe with me, because I went to war myself and saw some shit. And he's offered a decline. I made an offer on a Steve Largent rookie card. Hopefully he made a counter offer instead of just declining it. But maybe he'll give me a little insight to what he dealt with and what he saw in that war. Maybe he won't. Maybe he'll take it to his grave. But I hope to explain to him that this kind of thing is good to keep the memories alive of the people who actually were there and dealt with what was really dealt with. The other day when I was watching that documentary, just making sure my car keys didn't fall out of my knife, nothing pisses me off more than anti-war hippies. You only know what's going on because of what you see portrayed by the media, but you don't really know what's going on. It's their way of spinning things. It's just like everything else, like we witnessed with politics for the last, going back past Kennedy to World War II. They've been using the media to influence things. So, yes, people die in war. That's a part of it. And hippies were like, no, man. Let's bring home the soldiers, man. Fuck you. Let's finish the job and then come home. Easy, people are like, easy for you to say, you weren't there. I signed up willy-nilly, and I did my time like a man. I didn't like it at all times, but I've grown to love it. And being that we were the last offensive push in that war, I was pretty proud of that. If I wasn't so old and beat up, more than likely I would have stayed in. But I was 8 years an iron worker before I even joined the military. So, but back to what I was saying. Then you get these fucking assholes, and I was fired up about this, where they came home and they were doing all this anti-war shit and throwing away their medals. I don't give a fuck what you do with your medal. But it kind of disrespects the other people who've earned, depending on the medal. I mean, what's that? Yay. I'm hitting zone minutes. But yeah, it's fucking goofy to do that. Whether you were drafted or whether you signed up willy-nilly. If you signed up willy-nilly, even more of a fuck you to you. But like, if you were drafted, interesting. Looks like there's a gator. No, there's a guy sitting down. The same guy with the hoodie from the beginning. He might have took that double penetration trail to come back out here. But yeah, there's looking like a buggy out there, like a gator. Somebody on the road over there. Now that, my friends, would be ideal if I can get a golf cart on this motherfucker. Fuck to the yeah. I'd have to get like a Jeep or an SUV type, which I'm thinking I might want to get anyways for next winter if I can. That way I don't have to drive my extremely non-winter vehicle for one more winter. But that way I can haul shit like that, get a trailer, get a four-wheeler, or what's it called, a golf cart. I ain't come to a place like this. You got people walking through the tall grass. They got long pants on. But yeah, that'd be super ideal. If I had that motherfucker, I'd go through every single one of these motherfuckers and check them out. Every single cocksucking one. Then we'd really be exploring. Because that shit goes way back there. So I think we got, going this way, got 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 more rows with this kind of big space in between. So, and I think here we got this row to our right, and then we got those 2 rows behind it. I mean, fuck me, there's a lot of these guys out here. That's got to be a path over there that they're going in front of these mounds here, because god damn it, that's what I get for walking through. Probably got some chigger bites, itching like a motherfucker now. But yeah, they're walking with their dog in between that row, of which I am assuming that's got to be some kind of path, that they wouldn't just be walking through the tall grass, though they both do have long pants on. And that is the path that would lead to that one. That's the second one, like 2 rows behind how we went to the second one. Yeah. So I think this path leads straight through Rock Break. Alright. Shout out to Doc, Benny, and baby Nellie, who went on their Memorial Day hike yesterday. Those are my guys. 2 shamming ass motherfuckers who shammed it out every chance they got. They were shamming. But 2 really solid, good dudes nonetheless. Love those guys. They must have found something. Maybe they're looking for mushrooms. Not the kind you're thinking of. They got those morel mushrooms growing wild. They had to have found something. Interesting. I'd be interested to see, if you do walk through these greens, how much shit's just buried that fell off trucks and just got buried by the weather, shit like that. Be interesting to see. Yeah, I think that path goes all the way through. So that being said, if you find the way to that path from the beginning, you can get through the whole line. I'm assuming, I'm guessing. But yeah, just rocking back to what I said before the ADD kicked in. Huge shout out to those 2 fucking retarded dudes. Love them. Good job on your hike yesterday. Next time, don't carry the American flag, carry the 101st flag. It's a better flag. Not that I dislike the American flag, I love that flag. Greatest flag in the country. But, yeah. To me, there's just more meaning to the 101st flag. I served. The way I say it is I served for the American flag. I was willing to die for the 101st flag because of who I was fighting with. Doesn't seem like that motherfucker's so far away, but it kind of is, especially when you don't have the straight path to get to it. Should have went to Starved Rock today for the hike, but running out of shit to say, running out of places to go. We're on our way back to the truck, or to the car. So we're gonna cut this one short at about an hour. This is the HBJ. Happy Memorial Day, out.